It was very cold out that night. The heater in my car wasn't working. I grabbed my daughter and we ran to the car. And I started hearing emergency vehicles, fire trucks, ambulances. And that's not typical for our town.
State of emergency in Ohio after a train derailment and massive fire. Some of the cars were carrying hazardous chemicals.
Highly combustible.
Linked to cancer.
Crews announced they were putting a plan into motion to release toxic chemicals in order to reduce the threat of an explosion.
They went around and evacuated residents. There were police officers showing up on people's doorstep telling them, either you evacuate now or I'm coming back with a body bag to get you.
They called it a controlled burn. That plume went north, south, east, and west. It went everywhere. When I first saw that plume, in my mind and in my heart, I thought they had just condemned a whole village of people.
As soon as I pulled in my driveway, the smell was overwhelming. I immediately started coughing, and I looked over, you could see the chemicals in the creek.
The contamination was not contained to the derailment site. There was contamination blowing into the air and being spread out into the community. There was also contamination in the creeks, moving downstream, like miles downstream.
Multiple people were going to the ER, actually having burns, chemical burns on their lungs.
It was very public that people were sick, and yet it was still not mentioned.
When the officials made the data public, we quickly realized that they had talked for 3 weeks about testing drinking water and the drinking water is safe, and it turns out they weren't testing for all the chemicals that were on the train. Multiple agencies reviewed that plan. The US EPA reviewed that plan. All of these agencies didn't force, compel, require Norfolk Southern to test for all the chemicals on the train for the first 3 weeks of the response. I would say that there was an absolute abject failure at all levels of oversight in government.